Yo, so how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another GTA 5 video. So just over a week ago I put together a video showing you guys the top 3 best ways to make money in GTA 5 online, and going off the feedback, it seems like a ton of you guys really seem to enjoy that video, as there was at least one method in that video that all of you guys can grind out straight away and stack millions. However, some of the methods in that video have now changed or they've been updated, so I thought I'd go ahead and put together somewhat of an updated version to that video, seeing as so many of you guys really seem to enjoy it. So as always, if you guys do enjoy this video and you do want to see me cover more epic money and RP methods in the future, all I ask is you show support by dropping a like down below, and feel free to subscribe as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first method I'm going to be showcasing in this video is how to complete this week's brand new time trial. It only takes 1 minute to complete and will earn you guys a very nice $50,000, so you really have no reason to complain. I guarantee all of you guys will come on straight away and smash this time trial at the park. Now, I would suggest you guys go ahead and use a motorbike for this time trial. There's tons of super fast motorbikes you guys can easily complete this one in, including the Sanctus, the Hakuchu Drag, the Shatoro, but in this video I'm going to keep things mutual. I'm going to use the Batty 801, which only cost around $16,000, so I guarantee all of you guys can at least afford this motorbike. But like I said, if you guys own any of the new faster motorbikes, by all means go ahead and call that one up. I always like doing these time trials in motorbikes because you do have the potential to pop a few wheelies and always increase your speed. Also, they're very thin, so if you want to dodge through traffic, it just gives you guys a greater advantage. Now, if you guys are also going to do this time trial in the motorbike, I would suggest trying to fully upgrade it as much as you can. It doesn't need to be fully upgraded, just upgrade it as much as you can. So this week's time trial is located at this very location that you can see on screen right now. What I would suggest doing is actually go ahead, start the time trial, because when you guys start the time trial, it will show you guys the finish line. Simply mark up the finish line so you guys now have a waypoint from the time trial to the finish point, which usually you don't get. So as soon as you guys have set your waypoint, hold down Y on the Xbox or triangle on the PlayStation. As you guys can see, it will simply respawn you right at the start of the time trial. Now from here, it's pretty self-explanatory. We're just going to follow the time trial. You simply want to park your bike up how I do on screen, have your front wheel outside of the circle, pop a wheelie as soon as you start, hold down A or X where you go through this runway, and then take an immediate right and then cut through this little dirt path, popping a wheelie as much as you can, cross over onto the main road, and as you guys can see, you just want to follow this straight road all the way to the finish point. Now I'm sure all of you guys have experienced this, but sometimes when you're in a free roam session and you're driving really fast, like the host of the server might be from like the Antarctica, and as you guys can see, it keeps stopping and glitching out like the road. I still managed to complete this even though I had some really bad lag in this server, and like I said in the intro, because I completed this so quickly in my second run, I didn't actually have time to test out the server, see how many people was in here, so you guys really have no excuse for this week's time trial. It is extremely easy. As you guys can see, the road is all glitching out for me. I'm popping wheelies, and this is next gen. What is going on, Rockstar? I don't know. However, you just want to do as I'm doing on screen, keep popping as many wheelies as you can to increase your speed, and then when you reach this point in the menu, you want to kind of slow down. I would hold A or X just so you can still keep your speed by leaning forward. The aerodynamics will be in your favor. If you do lose a bit of speed as I done there, just quickly pop a wheelie and I'm sure you guys will start to increase it again. Now as you guys approach this point, you should hear the beeper for the time down. Don't panic, you're still way ahead of time. All you guys want to do is hold down A or X and then keep on popping wheelies, and then take an immediate left, and then bang, 51k in around 1 minute. However, coming in for this second best money maker method, and that's by grinding out the vehicle warehouses, which are currently offering you guys a massive 50% boost. However, one thing I will say is, if you guys grind this in the right way, you could be making a guaranteed 400 to 500k an hour, and that is simply by doing a trick that will allow you guys to only source high-end vehicles. Now I have already put together a video fully breaking down how you guys can only source high-end vehicles, so what I will do is leave a link to that video down below in the description instead of me just repeating myself. However, moving on to the third best money maker method, and that's by launching any of the free roam based missions. Now what do I mean by that? That means Rockstar Games are currently offering double money on all the terabyte missions, the MOC missions, as well as the special vehicle work missions. Now I have already put together a video showing you guys how to make the most amount of money from the client jobs and the special vehicle work, so I will leave a link to both of those videos down below. But what I'll quickly do is break down how you guys can make the most amount of money from the MOC missions. you guys will need to own an MOC in order to actually launch these missions. So as I already mentioned earlier on, you can join one of my crews and find some players that way. But also, if you guys do join my crew, you're better off also leaving a comment underneath this video. You can say need MOC followed by a platform and whether or not you got a mic, because I know certain players only like to play with other players who've got mics. And likewise, if you guys actually own an MOC, you can say I own an MOC, looking to grind this out, need associates. And also, don't forget to leave your gamer tag as well as your PSN so people can find you easily. Now, like I said, I know certain players only like to grind out methods with other players who've got mics, but I guarantee as long as all of you guys have watched this video all the way through, you won't even need a mic to grind this out. It's so goddamn easy and straightforward. Once everyone knows what they're doing, it's practically impossible to fail. So obviously, the person who's going to be hosting the MOC missions does need to make their way inside the MOC, go up to the little screen and press right on the D-pad just so you guys can do what I'm doing on screen and launch one of the missions. Now, as you guys can see, there is 8 different missions you guys can choose from. So I know a lot of you guys are going to be thinking, what is the best mission to actually grind out for money in RP? And it is actually the 5th mission, the MOC mission called Cover Blown. Trust you me guys, I've smashed out all of these missions several times, and in fact I do actually have gameplay of me completing every single one of these MOC missions on my channel. So if you guys do want to go and check those out, do feel free to. Now once you guys are in the setup menu, obviously you want to change the difficulty to hard so you get that 1.5 extra cash and RP, and then from here go ahead and invite your 3 friends into the game. Now as you guys can see in the bottom right, it does only require 1 other player to launch this mission. However, you guys will be receiving bonuses for every other player that you have in your game, which I will talk about later on in the video. However, it is worth mentioning, you're better off just trying to invite as many people in here as possible, because you aren't going to have no advantage by doing it with just 2 players. It isn't the type of mission where another player can actually fail the mission for you, which I know is pretty rare. Coming from someone that's played a lot of GTA 5 over the last 2 years, I do remember those days when I used to grind out contact missions with noobs and I had to rely on them to do one basic thing and they kept on just failing it. That shit right there will trigger any man. I don't care how fucking experienced you are at the game. The fact that a random player can't fail the mission for you in the mission is such a massive benefit in my mind. However, go ahead and launch the mission once you guys have got 4 players in your game. Now this mission, like I said, is by far, hands down, in my personal opinion. Feel free to disagree with me down low in the comment section if you don't agree with me. This is hands down the easiest MOC mission you guys can select. You're basically just going to deliver an MOC from one spot, as you guys can see here, right near Trevor's Runway, all the way down to the docks. Now this drive alone only takes about 5 minutes, and that is being very generous. I'm saying 5 minutes including a bunch of crashes and stops and fails like you guys just saw at the start of the video. I pressed start there, but as I was saying, all it requires is for one of you, in this case it's me, to get inside the driver's seat, and then your 3 friends can mount the guns inside the MOC, and then it's practically a walk in the park, as you guys are about to see. Now I'm actually going to fast forward this gameplay to save you guys time, but what you guys will notice is in the bottom right, once you guys encounter your first enemies, you'll get 2 bars. It will say enemy lock on and then speed. So basically you can't let the MOC go under a certain amount of speed before the enemies lock onto you. Now this sounds much worse than it actually is. I remember when Rockstar Games first released these missions, I almost thought this was like the movie Speed, where you know they're on the bus and as soon as they come to a stop the thing's just going to self-explode. I actually think there's another adversary mode with a similar theme to that, but this isn't the case for this mission whatsoever. I fully tested this method out to see how long can I like sit there until these enemies lock on and take me out, and you guys have all seen the gameplay. I practically come to a full stop right here, as you guys can see on screen, for a long time, and the enemies didn't take me out. I even go ahead and press start to see if there's any enemies around me, and there clearly was. So you guys don't have to worry about crashing into a wall and coming to a full stop and then exploding. The mission really isn't that hard like I initially thought that it would be. I've at least played this mission about 7-8 times and not died once. I've not seen the MOC to get destroyed once, so you guys really have to be below level 12 to fail this mission, or just really new to GTA 5. And what you guys would also notice is there is no roadblocks with these vehicles whatsoever right until the end, where there's one. And you also will notice is that the majority of these Pegasus vehicles will come face first with you. So in many cases you're better off telling your friends not to even shoot the vehicles in front of you, because you can just clip off them and glide straight past them. As I'm sure some of you guys might be aware, when you actually shoot or destroy a vehicle and it becomes stagnant, it could just block up the road and it becomes more of a nuisance than you actually just clipping an active vehicle out the way. But either way, whether you get your friends to take out the vehicles or you just want to drive straight through them, this mission is a walk in the park. And as you guys can see, that is it, boys. That is literally the mission done. Just one player driving the MOC from point A to point B with a bunch of your friends in the background just shooting off guns for the hell of it. And if anything, it's actually a pretty fun mission, especially if you're one of the guys sitting in the back. All you gotta do is sit on a mounted gun and shoot cars, and you're going to be receiving a shitload of cash. You really have no reason to complain. Now, I know some of you guys might be thinking, am I not better off playing the final MOC mission, which is going to be the hardest? And the simple answer to that is no. All of these MOC missions pay exactly the same. So if you guys want to use some common sense very quickly, you're always better off just doing the easiest option, which will cause you guys less stress and earn you guys much more money in the long run. Now, if you guys aren't aware, Rockstar Games have updated how these missions do pay out. Every single mission, whether it's contact mission, MOC mission, or the special vehicle missions, they're all very much time based now. So the longer you guys wait in the mission, the more money you guys will be receiving. So to make things very clear for you guys, so you don't get confused, I put together this graph right here, and this basically indicates the percentage of payout you guys will receive for the amount of time that you spend in the mission. So as you guys can see here, to receive 100% of the pay from the mission, you guys will have to spend a minimum of 15 minutes in the mission, and that will bag you guys a very nice 47k every single time you do that. So that is method 1 of grinding this mission. As you guys can see right here, we was able to actually deliver the MOC in under 5 minutes. So if you want to grind out the AFK method, like if you guys are eating your dinner, you're watching some YouTube videos, or maybe you just want to go and crack a fat shit, you can literally just park up your MOC and be making money for sitting AFK. And just quickly, in case you guys was wondering what my friends doing throughout that entire mission, I'm going to show you guys their point of view right now. Literally all they had to do was get in the back of an MOC, mount a turret, and just spray it off against everything they can see. You do also get unlimited ammo whilst you're mounted on these turrets, so it is literally a walk in the park. When I tell you guys it is impossible to fail this mission, I mean it is impossible to fail this mission. So taking off where we just left, the first way of grinding this method is just to sit AFK once you deliver the truck, and then you can just go ahead and deliver it, and you'll receive your nice 47k every single time, as well as an epic 7,000 RP. However, if you guys take a look at this graph one more time, by spending 6 to 8 minutes, we're going to be receiving 60% of the pay, not 50%, 60%. So if we want to do some very quick maths, 60% of that 100% payout is still over 28k. So let's just say we complete this mission 3 times, that will only take us 18 minutes, so 3 minutes longer than the previous method. However, by completing it 3 times at 6 minutes each, we're going to be bagging an insane $84,000, which I think we can all agree, for only 3 minutes extra work, you're practically going to be earning double than the previous method, which the majority of people are going to be doing out there. You guys really have no reason to complain. However, moving on to the 4th and final best money maker method this week, and I'm not going to lie, boys, I thought I'd include more of a funner method, as GTA 5 sometimes can feel like a bit of a grind. So if you guys can actually have fun and earn a ton of money at the same time, then it really is a win-win situation. So you guys may not be aware, but Rockstar Games are currently offering you guys double money on all of the special vehicle races, which I know a ton of people are going to be confused on what is actually the best way to set these races up so you guys can earn a ton of money in no time. So I'll quickly break down how you guys can make the most amount of money from these races. There can be a lot of benefits to doing this solo, because you're always going to be getting the same consistent payout. It's not going to drop, and there's no risks of you like finishing 3rd, 4th, or last. Plus, you could consider it as an AFK method, so it's like stress-free, very easy. Now, if you guys are going to do this solo route to grind this method, what you actually want to do is be in a free roam session. You want to press start, go down to playlists, and you want to add as many of these races that you want to do when you're grinding this method out. So this is completely up to you, depending on how long you guys are actually going to spend on the game. Me, I was doing it for roughly just under an hour, so what I've done is I added 6 races. They are split into different categories. You got the Blazer Aqua, you got the Rocket Voltic, and the Ruiner 2000. So I just done 2 of each race, as they're pretty fun races to do. I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna feel like you guys are grinding this for money, because time really does fly by when you're doing these races. So like I said, just add as many of these races as you want. I would say do a minimum of 3, just so you guys can get that playlist bonus right at the end when you finish the playlist. playlist. But other than that, like I said, you can do 10 in this playlist, you can do 6, just depending on how much money you guys want to make, as the payout is not going to drop whatsoever, so it is unlimited. Now once you guys have chosen the races you like the look of, go ahead and save this playlist. Now another tip I'm going to give you guys is maybe choose a bunch of the new races that haven't got a tick next to them, because if they've got a tick next to them, that means you guys have played the races before. So by playing a race that you haven't played before, you'll be able to learn the circuit in case you guys come across it again when you're racing your friends, giving you guys a little bit of advantage. However, once you've saved the playlist, simply go up to my playlists and go ahead and launch it. As you guys can see, I called mine Solo Money. I will actually leave a link to this playlist I'm doing on this video down low in the description if you guys do want to go ahead and use the same playlist as me. Nonetheless, once you guys start the playlist up, the first and most important part you guys want to remember is to never finish these races under 4 minutes. That is the most important benchmark to do with these races and how the payouts work. So as you guys can see on screen, I managed to finish this Rocket Voltic race in just under 4 minutes, and I only received a measly 5k, which is not good at all. However, if you guys pay attention to the clock in the bottom right, by me literally just sitting in this mission for an extra 18 seconds so it passes the 4-minute mark, my money will literally double, taking it well over 10k for only 4 minutes work, which is extremely good. Now an important point to remember is each lap on these new stunt races is literally around 3.5 minutes, so a lot of the times you guys will finish these races just under the 4-minute mark. So you actually want to pay attention to the clock in the bottom right, as I think we can all agree being able to double your money by only spending an extra 10-15 seconds in a mission is insane. And you guys will be able to increase that more by spending a further 2 minutes in a race. So by finishing the race in just over 6 minutes, your payout will increase by 10k to just under 14k, so about 13.5k, and a very nice 3600 RP. However, to earn the max payout from doing this solo method, you guys will have to spend a further 1.5 minutes in the race, so it passes the 8-minute mark, and that will increase yet again to just under $17,000. However, the RP will remain the same, around 3600, and that is 100% the new cap on all of these races. I know a lot of people have been putting out false information saying spend up to 16 minutes in races to earn the max payout. That is no longer the case. These people do not spend their time testing out these methods for you guys like I do. So as you guys can see on screen, 16 minutes passes in the race and I still receive the same $16,000. The only other way to increase this is with players in your mission. 8 minutes is the time cap to earn the max payout for all of these races. That is another important thing. All of these races work the same. I've also seen people putting out information saying always do this race because it pays more than the Rocket Voltic. All of that is also bullshit. The only determining factors are the players and the time spent in the mission. So now you guys know that 8 minutes is the time cap. You guys saw that you earned about $17,000 for spending 8 minutes in the mission. However, if you guys can remember, by spending only 4 minutes in the race, we managed to get a very nice $10,000. So if I was to do this race 5 times in 4 minutes, I would get $50,000, which would only take me about 20 minutes because I'm only spending 4 minutes on each lap. Whereas if I was to wait the full 8 minutes every time, I'd be earning around 41k, so making $10,000 less every couple races if I was to do the more longer method. So you guys, like I said, can work out what suits you guys best, whether you just want to keep on repeating every 4 minutes to earn the higher payouts, or like I said, sit AFK. Maybe if you guys just want to watch some of my YouTube videos or go for your dinner, you'll be able to play this game based around you. Now, as I did mention, there is another multiplier or another factor that Rockstar do take into account when calculating your payout, and that is basically the amount of players that are in your race at any given time. Now, I am aware that we all play GTA 5 different, we all have different amount of friends we can get online, and we all even have a different skill ability when it comes to racing. Some of you guys might be 10 out of 10 beast, but you don't have that many friends. Some of you guys might play with a shit ton of players, but you're not that good at racing. But I do know one thing is that we all have at least one other friend, cousin, or brother that we can all play GTA 5 with. I guarantee all of you guys at least know one other person that you've played computer with over the years that is usually your go-to person when it comes to either grinding money or just having a bit of jokes online. So taking that into account, as I mentioned earlier, you guys will be earning 10k by doing this solo for just 4 minutes, but by getting one other person in your race, you guys will be earning an extra $4,000 every single time for literally just doing nothing, exactly just over 4 minutes. But by having one other person in your race, you're able to earn an extra 4k every single race. And your friend, you might be thinking, oh well, he's only going to get 2k, there's no point of him doing it. No, he will still be earning a very nice $9,800. So practically the same as if you was doing it solo, just slightly less because you guys earn 10k, he's going to be earning 9.5. But for only 4 minutes of racing, I think we can all agree that is extremely high. So I can see why a lot of people might want to do you win one race and then you let your friend win one race and then you win one race, because by doing it that way you'll actually be earning, like I said, more than by doing it by yourself solo, because you're also going to be getting that player bonus. And because the loser still gets 9k, which is only a couple $100 less for coming first solo, you guys really have nothing to lose out by getting an extra friend in here. And the time bonus will also include if you guys are doing it with a friend, so you will be able to earn up to $18,000 for going just over 6 minutes, and your friend will also earn a very nice 12.5. And of course, if you guys go to the max cap time of 8 minutes spent in the race, one of you guys will be earning a very nice 22.5k, while the other one is still going to be getting a very nice $15,500. So let's say you won one, then your friend won one. We're talking a guaranteed just under 30k for completing just 2 races, which in all honesty, if you guys have played these stunt races, like I said, will not even feel like half the time because they're so goddamn fun and unique. So now you guys are fully clued up on how to maximize the payouts depending on the time spent in the game or the number of players. It is worth mentioning, of course, you guys can take another route and chance your luck by going into a bigger lobby with much more players. Of course, naturally, it's not really a method by doing it this way, hence the reason why I broke the method down earlier. But this way obviously is going to offer you guys bigger rewards with bigger risks. So now you guys understand how to maximize the payout. These payouts should make much more sense to you guys. So as you guys can see here, with just 6 players, the winner was able to earn a very nice $28,000 for spending just over 6 minutes in the game. Here you can see 6 players for going under 4 minutes was only $10,000. However, with 16 players, so a full lobby, you guys will only be earning up to 26k if the race finishes under 4 minutes. And like I did say, every single player will count towards that winner's final pay. So as you guys can see here, 16 players, if one player was to back out during the loader menu or before it starts, the winner's bonus is going to decrease yet again down to 24k. So as you guys can see here, 15 players under 4 minutes is the usual lap time you guys will see when doing these races. The winner only got 24k. So when you guys see these payouts, take into mind what I showed you guys earlier. I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to use your brain to stack some serious money, best suited to how you guys play the game. Hopefully you guys do appreciate me covering this method in full detail, so all of you guys will be able to grind it, whether you're rank 1 or 100. And if you guys are going to do it with friends or more players and not the solo method, do be sure to leave a comment down below with your gamer tag or your PSN. Put together a nice little group of you guys to grind this method out, or you guys can come and join one of my GTA 5 crews. I will leave a link to all of my crews down low in the description. Nonetheless, that's going to do it from me, guys. The top 4 best money making methods to grind out as of right now. As always, do be sure to show your support by dropping a like down below. And if you guys are new around here, make sure to subscribe, as I do post daily GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 videos, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.